care of last year's business. Keep in mind, we're dealing with a budget that could have gotten done 3 months ago, could have gotten done 2 months ago, could have gotten done last month.
Most of the important players are on the field. The only important player who's not on the field is the most important player, and that is the President of the United States, and we urgently need his leadership in order to deal with the long-term debt.
So how will this showdown play out? Time running out. Here for a fair and balanced debate is Fox News contributor and editor of the National Review, Rich Lowry, co-founder of No Labels and former healthcare executive, Lisa Borders. Good morning to both of you.
Hi there.
Good morning.
Lisa, let me start with you, because who's going to make the next move?
Well, I think the President and the Congress are making the moves together. We don't know how this is going to play out, but at No Labels, we have always said that everyone should be at the table and everything should be on the table. And so we understand that a good idea can come from anywhere, and Americans aren't measuring success by who's in which chair on the economic Titanic. We need everyone to get engaged and get involved, and we understand that each day with inaction and rhetoric is another day without innovation and results.
But Rich, this is really a blame game, is it not? And who's going to call the other person out first? I mean, we've got literally hours left.
Yeah, well, first of all, the problem here is Democrats last year did not pass a budget for this fiscal year because they were so embarrassed by their own profligacy, and they said they wanted to sort of sweep it under the rug. So we're left in a situation where you don't have a budget and you have to pass these continuing resolutions. And President Obama has sort of been adopting this posture where he's above it all and above both parties rather than really getting in and getting his hands dirty. And that's his posture towards more or less everything. He's above, his own war in Libya he's not particularly engaged on the broader fiscal question of how we reform entitlements. He's just waiting for Paul Ryan to take the lead. That's just his M.O.
So, Lisa, what do you make of that? Because the president finally did get involved yesterday, and he actually told Congress to act more like grown-ups. But a lot of people said, what about your leadership?
Well, I think his leadership is right on point. The president is the former legislator we've had as a president since LBJ. We understand that he respects and wanted to give the Congress a nice wide berth so that they could do what they are supposed to do, have a robust debate and then come up with some answers. In as much as they have not done that, he has now stepped in and inserted himself and is asserting his leadership, and I think it's right on target.
Well,
was it too late, Rich?
Let's put a finer point on this. House Republicans have actually passed a continuing resolution to keep the government open. The Senate Democrats have not. So if we're going to blame Congress as a general matter, let's have the Senate Democrats come up with their plan and pass it through the Senate. They have yet to do that.
Final word, Lisa?
Here's what I would say, Gretchen. Americans really aren't interested in who did what and why. We are really interested in results. At the end of the day, we need everyone at the table. We need everything on the table.
If you want results, shouldn't Harry Reid come up with a plan, put it before the Senate, and pass it? That's what John Boehner's done in the House.
I think they need to work together. You can't do one without the other.
Why can't Harry Reid come up with his plan? John Boehner actually has a plan and has passed it through the House to keep the government running. Harry Reid has not.
Let's see what happens in the next couple of hours. Stay right here on Fox to find out. Thanks to both of you.
Thank you, Gretchen.
And we want to tell you that Paul Ryan, the congressman who proposed that new budget for the oncoming 10 years of $6.2 trillion in cuts, he's going to be joining us 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Steve, Brian?
Thanks, Gretchen. Hey, have you heard Chuck Schumer, the senator from New York, and his take on the Tea Party?
The American people are seeing the Tea Party for what it is, extreme.
Extremists. Well, as it turns out, most of America falls into the category of extreme. Wait until you hear this.
And sultry spy Anna Chapman, why do we glorify her? But yet you've got to hear about her new gig. She's in that formerly communist country, but yet she seems to be an entrepreneur. She comes with a gun, of course. And
NFL players want to take the field, but today a shutdown looks more likely than ever before. An inside perspective from perhaps the tallest person we've ever had in the control room.
Is that John Sally?
What are you standing on?
I'm not sure. See how focused I am?
My legs.
You can't.
We'll be back in 2 minutes.
You can't throw us.
No.
You can't.
We got a flood. This is where the rubber hits the road, the nose breaks the grindstone, and the angels start second-guessing where they tread.
Right now at Men's Warehouse, buy one, get one free on everything in the store.